Well, we are here in my public storage cabinet. It is completely filled to the brim, and this is a 10 by 20, just so you guys know. And what you're seeing here, this whole thing, this big box right here, all of this, all of my books are stacked. This is all the rest of my beautiful babies. They're all boxed up because I have no room in my folks' home, but these are all the books. As you can see, there's titles on all of them. I know there's a set of Brian Jacques novels. The entire Redwall series is in here somewhere. But yeah, this is the rest of my library, guys. So there's your peek, along with the rest of the household menagerie. Yeah, one day I'd like to get all this stuff out of here. Again, this is a 10 by 20. All of my beautiful furniture that I got over the years that I was in Victorville, all of that is packed up in here. So yeah. Hi everyone, it's the Book Dragon. Before I end the Book Dragon's Dispersed library, I wanted to show you the books that we kind of skipped over. I know we just came back from the public storage clip, but I had these books and I'm not sure if you can move the camera a bit. All these books over here, because you can see my camera is at the very top of the desk here. I'm going to try my best to explain what these books are and the books that we missed. So, this book is actually, it's music and story by Matt Cook called Brave Ship. I have not listened to this thing yet. It's a symphonic suite, but it also is a book. It looks very steampunk, as you can see by this device here. And I believe, let me see. Yep, it comes with a CD. So I have yet to read this beautiful story because my dad actually received this. He does reviews on American Record Guide, and he was sent to review this one. So that's, whoops. Easier said than done. Okay, there we go. So this is Brave Ship. You'll be very, very careful with this one. This was on the right side of my desk, just above the two file, the drawer and the file. This is The Jewish World, 365 days. As you can see, the thickness of this, I think this is what? Maybe 2-3 inches in depth. And it's, you can look at pictures every single day. One page for the year, and it's already been flagged. So I think I've already read this and looked at these beautiful pictures. And do forgive me, my right arm is still very bad at the moment. And of course we have the book that I asked my brother to get me, the most beautiful book places in the world. And this is the one that sits on top of my desk. Oh my God, how did you get smudged? So, this is a picture, I think, from around the world in 80 days. So, I mean, why not? 1,000 libraries. Yeah. So, all of these beautiful libraries from around the world. And this is the book that, along with Brave Ship and Magic and those big book boxes, this one crowns the top of my desk. I couldn't believe I skipped this one. This was in my grandma's cabinet next. I think it was in the far back since the books are doubled. This is another book by Tracy Chevalier. And of course, this is Girl with the Pearl Earring. The Magic City by E. Nesbit. I never finished the story. But again, this was also in my grandmother's cabinet. One of the books whose spines I couldn't point out from the rest. And yes, this was a children's book that was next to it. The best in children's stories. So these, I guess, are a bunch of, yeah, I haven't read this, and I've had this since Curiouser. Oh my God. 1960. This may have been my mother's or my dad's. I'm not 100% sure. And yes, I was right. This is a Christmas book. Victorian Christmas. The other one I have is Victorian Parlor Cats. I mean, come on. Look at the illustrations in this. They basically made Christmas as we see it today. On the rotating bookshelf, this is Alexandre Renoir. If you look at the name, I think he's related to the famous artist. That's him on the back. It's called Beauty Remains. This was the book that was on that rotating shelf. I couldn't figure out. But I'm wondering, I never read this, but I'm wondering if, yes, it is. Great-grandfather, Impressionist painter, Pierre Auguste Renoir. He is a descendant. Oh my God. So guess what? I have a Descendants book. Yay. This one, The Heroes of World War II. Yeah, this was also on the desk. I'm curious if, let me see. There's even stories about dogs in here. So let me see what this one is. Do they have it? Oh yeah, Oscar Schindler's listed in here. Yes, Sophie Scholl. The Navajo Code Talkers. No, he's not. But there are other World War II heroes in here. Even political heroes like Winston Churchill, Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah. But Desmond Doss is not on this one. This was a beautiful children's book called Lighthouse, and I love lighthouses. They're basically the guideposts for ships at sea. Now, it still has the price tag. It was $10. Even though it has a medieval manuscript calendar on the front, it's not all about illuminating manuscripts. This is art up close from ancient to modern. But this is, again, it's a thin book, but it's still a folio, a large folio. So you can see art up close. And it's interesting. They have numbers to show you what you miss in a painting. I'm curious. John Van Eyck. This is a medieval one, I think, here too. Yeah, wow. So this is one I haven't seen yet. I'm going to have to look at it. I already said that I had the Arts of China, but yeah, this was a book that I had for one of my college courses at CSUN. I was hoping to get something in Japanese arts, but that class was full. So I had to do one class for requirement F where you're learning about a different culture, like a culture study. So this book in the class did it. It was an interesting class, and I did a project on that, and I'll have to tell you guys about it another time. The mystery as to the two spiral books that were behind the throne where I sit, along with the Jester and His Jingle children's book and the doll, I got this. This is the Educator's Guide and Curriculum Supplement to the story. And because I'm an educator, I mean, even though this is for like little kids and possibly even for middle school, I can even create lessons from these for high school. So this is great. Now, in my closet that I didn't show you, I have a tote bag with storyboard papers and a bunch of sketchbooks, and I had this Spirit of the Pose. Carl, yeah, I took a class with Carl Nass himself, and I ended up buying his book that was actually required, I think, for one of, I think I took a course with him either at CSUN or I took it at the Animation Academy. Something like that, but I forgot that he signed it. And yeah, there is drama in sketching, so not for the faint of heart. And art students, when I was surprised in community college, it's art models up front. And this was backstage. I knew what this was, but I didn't know what this was. Pictures by Rachel Isadora. I'm wondering, no, the last name is Isadora. You know, I'm not sure, because she was a professional ballerina. I think she's the wife to Robert Mariano, I think. Never heard of them. But they apparently illustrated, oh, look at this, all these beautiful pictures of backstage. I may have read this book already, but yeah, this was the book I couldn't think of. I thought it was a story about ballet, but it's all about backstage. So they create both worlds for us in there. And yes, this is Even Earls. This was the book that was in green that we saw from Behind the Throne. I was right. This is Even Earls' work. He starts with a black He'll basically start with dark color, with a dark background first. You can kind of see it in here. He starts with black backgrounds first. Usually, and this is actually going from front to back, but his paintings are usually from back to front. And then he'll add this color, and then he adds colors on top of the black. I'm wondering how many black colors he ended up using for his paintings. Even this one, the trees are something else to behold. Like this one, for instance, black circles first, and then he paints on top of that, adding more, and adding layer and layer and layer and layer and layer until he gets what he wants. This one even, you can see where the black came in. And he painted on top of that. If you're serious about painting and you want to paint like this artist, you can see the video of the owl that I painted for one of my colleagues years ago when she was leaving. So I love his work. And these were a couple more art books that were also from Behind the Throne. I flagged a few of these down. Dreaming Beyond the Book, Visual Art and Literacy. I love interdisciplinary art. And yeah, this has everything. It has the objectives. These are all art lessons from Beyond the Book. So let's see. Is this a scroll? Yes. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Look at that. This is amazing. Amazing. And I flagged a few of these pages down. But yeah. Another one, yes, the Green Book was the Renaissance, aligned with, guess what it says, national standards. I was very serious, and I still am serious about visual art, and I really hope I get to teach it someday. I got to teach visual art to high school students for 2 years at my school before the pandemic basically screwed everything up. The drawing workbook for line, like I can read that name, hold on. Who wrote it? Davis Publications? Art something. I don't know. Who the heck wrote this? I don't know who did this, but this is like a special lines. Lines can create drama. They can create backgrounds, and they can basically be all over the place. But yeah, I think if you're, okay, for art teachers, I think you can definitely have this as a potential like warm up for the students, maybe even to a final product. The other spiral that I got this mixed up with the 5 C's of cinema. If you guys remember, in the middle, the very bottom of the middle shelf in the hallway, I had that big set of the Remembering the California Missions. It was North, Central, and South California. This is a curriculum guide. I believe these can be everything from maybe elementary to possibly middle school. I can probably even twerk these so that they match with high school. Let me see. A secondary supplement to, fourth grade social studies and supports the Common Core standards, but it also is mixing social studies with visual arts. Why not? And yes, the little book Behind the Throne, this is the work of Patsy Valdez. Her work is out of this world. Look at this. It's an interior, but it looks like everything is moving. Come on. This reminds me of the dancing broomsticks in Fantasia. So it looks like a room, but look what's happening. This room has come to life. What does it say? Room on the verge. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, it looks like everything is moving. Room with masks. It's so cool. And calla lilies. Oh, I love it. Now, I was blessed. Yeah, these are the rest of the books that we could not see what they were on the spine. So let me just show you all of these. One of my teachers in community college was Joanne Julian, and I bought her book called Counterpoints. I think I got this from the Matador bookstore. Yeah, she was my professor of painting. And she does these incredible brush strokes. I love the one with the koi. And she's also known for her circle paintings as well, which is really interesting. Anyway, and what's interesting, we actually got to go to her house, and I don't know if she's still around, guys, but she owns the house of the late comedian Lou Costello. I was so surprised when I saw her house. Degas, one of the reasons I love ballet, 47 plates. So all of these are all ballerinas from the 19th century, France. And I was right, the book in blue, Christmas time, Between the Vines. This is, oh God, I love, this was like, these kind of drawings are very like arts and crafts movement. Like, oh, look at this. Oh, this is so pretty. My mom did paintings like this, and I'll have to show you another time what she painted for me. Sugar and Spice cabinets are nice. So this is, what does that say? Sis and Sons. I've never heard of that. But yeah, I've had this one for a while. And again, I think some of these were my mom's. Okay, these types, acrylic craft, yeah, this is mostly all craft paints. My mother did something like this. She made a mirror, she made a vanity mirror, she made a little stool, and she made a cradle for me. But yeah, she used this kind of technique. Oh, it's very country. I love country crafts. Again, this is another one. Juicy fruits and fragrant flowers. This style reminds me very much of Mackenzie Childs, and oh my God, she just passed, and I didn't know, because I have a recording of 4 houses, and on one of them she took the other competitors aboard her boat with her husband. I love that. That is so cool. And these are the designs that you can copy onto surfaces to make these projects. Is this a clock? Yeah, look at that. Oh, gorgeous. And I was, office and living room. I think I had some pictures. Yep, I was right. The Hunchback of Notre Dame stained glass kit. And all of these plastic ones are out of the book. Oh, I love this. That's the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah, as you can see, some of these pages are flagged because I want to illustrate these in my future house, nights, or possibly even for my research. What was on this one? Oh yeah, how to make a rose window. This is a cutout, kind of like how you would make snowflakes. Ribbon and trim. Talk about a ribbon bouquet. And I didn't know this. Okay, so my brother recently got married, bless him, and I didn't know this. During the bridal shower, all the ribbons are collected into some kind of a plate or styrofoam or something, and then they carry that bouquet during the wedding rehearsal. And my new sister-in-law did exactly that. Another one, Crafty Expressions idea book. Ah, the more color I see, the better. Last one of that, Making Impressions. Stamping without ink, garden accents, metallic finishes. I mean, these art books have everything. I'm telling you, if you're having a down day, make something, create something. It takes your mind off everything else. Oh my God, I want to make this tabletop clock. I've never seen anything like this before. Ah, gorgeous. What was this one? Dream with Faith. Oh yeah, this is how to make a journal cover. Bookmarks. Cute. Leather bracelet. I have yet to work with leather. What was this one here? Pressed flower brooch. So a pin. And, I mean, there's a bunch of projects in here I want to make. And what was this one? A tag book. A lot of people who create junk journals or treasure journals, they make these things. So I'll need to look at that one. Okay. I did not recognize this until I saw the cover because there's no title on the spine. At my first LA Festival of Books event, I went to a vendor that sold a bunch of different publications, like people who create their own self-publications. It was behind the book of 365 Days in Jerusalem. I think that big thick book I showed you guys. This one, I love this book. Arc Angelina's Story. This is self-published, and this is I think this is a biography. I love how this person, all of this is handwritten. She combined pictures with art. That is so cool. But she escaped the German occupation. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's a beautiful story. Archangelina's story. Behind the throne, on the very first shelf where I had all of my maritime books, including The Little Mermaid and the Maritime History of Massachusetts and all the other marine books, including the Marine Handbook. This is Undine. Frédéric de Fouquet, I think his name is. And I don't remember where I bought this book from. It's called the Echo Library. But then I looked at this. Middlesex, right here. So it had to have come from England. This was published in 2000. I saw the date. Yeah, the Echo Library 2006. So I think that's the second time I went to England in 2007. I bought this from one of the bookstores. I don't remember. The book, I didn't see the book that was next to it. The Arts of the Sailor, Knotting, Spicing, and Rope Work. I thought I had a book of Scrimshaw. During whaling season, the sailors would take the teeth of whales. This was a type of art that became scrimshaw. They would engrave these beautiful works of art onto the tooth. And I either have a book of Scrimshaw or I have a piece of Scrimshaw. I'll need to look for it. Okay, I'm going to have to put these books on top of the other. This book here, I could not read the title. David Robbins' The Velvet Grind. Selected essays, interviews, and satires. Gathering Nature Morte, The House of Deadpan. Is this an art book? Purple Rose and Art Issues in the 1990s. I guess these are essays about artists. Bear witness to reflections on the spectacle, the transformation of the position of the artist in the visual system, and the complex negotiation between refinement and show business. So, yeah, I guess these are a bunch of essays. Ooh. Yeah, guys, I've never read this book before, so I'm going to have to read this one. These two books that I'm about to show you were on the white shelf next to the door with the other Jewish books. The title on this is unreadable, but this actually is the Holy Scriptures. And if I'm not mistaken, this book is the earliest one I have from 1917, 19th impression, 1945. And if I'm not mistaken, this was contributed by darn it, is this the one by Lady Magnus? There was something on one of these books, and it was contributed by Lady Magnus, and for some reason I'm not seeing that one in this. It might be in the next one I have. This one here is Sabbath and Festival Prayer Book. Let's just take a look. Sorry guys, right to left, I keep forgetting. Binnacle Assembly. It has to be one of the books. 1946. This is a 1953 printing. This may have been, this may have belonged to my mom's father. These three books here were the ones I could not read that were in the middle of the desk. They were behind the glass encasement on the top of the desk. Let me stop the video here for a minute. So, the little purple one of these matches with the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, a book of your sign, and mine is Sagittarius, and I was determined to find a little book about self-care. And I think I picked this up at Barnes & Noble. But I love this book. It's a pocket book, and guidance, path guides for self-care. If you're a Sagittarius, ladies, get this. If you're a Sagittarius, and I was right. The Secret Book of Gracia de Rossi, and this says Heather's Pick. So there must be a book club called Heather's Pick for something. I'm not sure. But it says, a historical novel with a Renaissance Jewish heroine, which is her, as captivating as Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind. In a secret book written as a legacy for her son, she records her struggles to choose between the seductions of the Christian world and a return to the family, traditions, and duties of her Jewish roots. This, I thought, is supposed to be a kind of a retelling, maybe, of Gone with the Wind in the Jewish Italian Renaissance style, but I guess de Rossi is as powerful as Scarlett O'Hara, maybe. And the book with the torn cover, I could not read it. This is Evelyn Waugh's Brideshead Revisited. There you go. Now, the book that was on the left side of the desk, this says Sefer, oh God, I hope I say that right, Sefer Hamin Hagim, the book of, but I was right, Lubavitch, the book of Chabad Lubavitch Customs. Lubavitch is very, they're very orthodox. These were 3 books that you couldn't really see on the top left side of the desk. This is The Elements of Style. Every writer needs to have this, and I bought it, and I didn't know that my dad had a copy, but it was an older edition. The one I have is the 4th edition. William Strunk Jr. and E.B. White's The Elements of Style. All writers, Stephen King said this is a Bible for writers, so I had to get it. There you go. A Writer's Guide to Research and Documentation. This might be an older one. Which one was this? 2003. They might have a 2007 one. But yeah, this is specifically for research and documentation. Those that are becoming researchers, if you're going for your master's, your PhD, you need to get this. And like the music book that was in my grandmother's cabinet, this is the one in black. On the far right, on the left side of the cabinet, top shelf, this is the novel, the entire history of the novel with beautiful pictures, birth of the novel, and so on and so on and so forth. And I think they even mentioned the Gutenberg Press is also in here somewhere. There was a book in yellow that I could not read the title that was on the top encasement of books for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge and mine. This actually matches my task on my book reading challenge. A book by a living author that is challenged or banned. Amanda Gorman's The Hill We Climb. I bought this after it was published, but I never read it. I read it last month. Why is this book challenged? I flagged 2 things in this book that are so true. And one of them, I'm wondering if Gorman saw Hamilton, because there is a quote in here that says, "History has its eyes on us." And if that does not tell you that those words are not bannable words, then why put this on the challenge list? Let's see. This one, okay, Truman Capote's. This actually is I think my dad's book. Truman Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's. We have Audrey Hepburn on the front cover. This one was on one of the hallway bookshelves. And this one here was one of the books in my Jewish book collection. The Life and Thought of Tehillah. I hope I said her name right. Lichtenstein. She's, I think, the wife. Morris Lichtenstein. Yeah, Tehillah is his wife. Yeah. And then this one was one of the education books, literature anthologies about relationships. This was actually in the hallway cabinet on the far right. This was like the last book and I didn't see it. So yeah, this is for English teachers. This is important. I would get this. Basilica de Santa Maria degli Angeli e de Materi, Roma. We were in Rome in 2005. Il Nuovo Organo Monumentale. This entire book is in Italian. There's no English translation of it, and I should have gotten that. But it's about this new organ at this basilica. One of the basilicas we went to, and I don't remember. Does it say where the organ is? This is what it looks like. Ah, stunning. It must be in Rome. But I'm wondering if I bought this book at one of the bookstores there. Maybe. Okay. In my closet, and I already have done a video of this one, I have Booten Herndon's Redemption at Hacksaw Ridge. This is the biography all about Desmond Doss. As you can see, every page is flagged. This was along with that artist pose. I want to create a storyboard, animatic. It's for a project that I may have in mind. Maybe. But oh my God, I love this book. It's so cool. This guy, they really toned the physical and mentality of Desmond Doss for the film version. There was a lot more to this. This one, American Buildings and Their Architects. This was one of the ones behind the throne. The Impact of European Modernism in the 20th Century. This is another art book. I could not believe I didn't see this. So this was somewhere where I didn't show you guys. This is The Nightmare Before Christmas, written and illustrated by Tim Burton. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, this is the CD. This is the that's the audio disc, I think, to the story. It's so beautiful. Now, I cannot believe this book, again, was sitting literally in front of me in the hallway on the bottom middle shelf. The Flowering of the Middle Ages. I cannot believe I skipped over this. I have not read this book yet, but I will be using this for research in the opera project. Oh, it's as beautiful as the medieval art of love. These are on my desk. I have these in case, you know, students that I get on my online tutoring if they need some help. This is Grammar Dictionary. This standard dictionary. You can see how this one was withdrawn. And the new Roget's. I guess that's Roget's thesaurus. So these stay on my desk. And the last book. Ugh, I think this is the last book. It better be in my collection. Webster's Illustrated Dictionary. I think I got this at the Northridge Mall. There used to be the store called, come on girl, think, Imaginarium. That was the name of the store. As a kid, this store was huge, and adults can go through. There were two entrances and exits in. There was the double front doors that adults went through, and then there was a special door that kids went through. And Imaginarium, it was like looking inside of, think of Inside Out. That's really cool. I think I bought that book. I think we got this book there. I had asked for it, I think. And oh my God, it's separated from the spine. Yikes, I'm gonna have to fix that. But it's an illustrated dictionary. I used this book so many times when I was in school. Oh my God. And I would never let this book go. So guys, that is it. Oh, actually, wait. It's not, okay, I have the series of Redwall, and I had to show you guys this. Build your own Redwall Abbey. You can see all of, and I think I did build it one time. All of these are the pieces to build the Redwall Abbey. And if anyone is a fan of Brian Jock's series, please comment below. I got this. Where did I get it? I was in high school when I started reading the series, so this may have been from Borders at the time when it was open. I'm not 100% sure, but there you go. Those are all of the books. On to the last part of the video. Ta-da! Hey guys, so there's a few more books that I apparently did not record, including the ones that were on my desk. This is kind of freaky. This is Optical Illusions in Art. It's very, can get very, very dizzying just to look at it. This is one of these art auctions on board the Carnival. This is the Art of Park West, and we actually have a few of these pieces, like Peter Max. Not even sure if he's in here, to be honest. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, we have one big one of Peter Max and Tarkai, and I can't think of the other one. On my desk is the complete, as far as I know, this is the complete set of Griffin and Sabine series by Nick Bantock. I love all of these because it's not just a story, but it's an interesting correspondence. You can open it up, you can pull out the letters and read the stories. Again, they're so different. Now, there was already a clip of my public storage, but I went back there to get one of my boxes, and apparently it was labeled wrong, and instead of jewelry boxes, I found these. So I brought it back to the house, unknowing if there was a jewelry box inside, and instead I found these books. So we have the Ghost Soldiers. This is Bernard Shaw's Saint Joan. This is the play of Joan of Arc. Can't think of her name. The actress Rashad, I think, played her last in London. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, a play by Tom Stoppard. This is extremely funny. This is a takeoff on the characters Rosencrantz and Guildenstern from Hamlet. and they're on their way to being executed, but they're already dead and they don't know it. Something like that. It's been it's been a while since I've taken a look at it. Okay, let's see what this one is. Yes, Brian Jacques, The Angel's Command. That's the other one. And I want to read the rest of this. Richard Adams' Traveler. This is about Robert E. Lee's horse. It's literally taken straight from the horse's mouth. I'm actually going to keep that book here. This was interesting. The Witch Hunt in Early Modern Europe. I'm all about Europe right now, and I guess I started reading this. Didn't finish it though. All right. Oh my gosh, this is. I have The Tempest. I have Othello, and I have Twelfth Night. These are early editions. I think this may have been my mom's. 1909. The Aldous Shakespeare, I guess, by Bigelow and Smith. Oh my goodness. I love these books. All About Music. Philip Pullman's The Golden Compass. I only have the first book of his. I want to read this. This came out a few years ago. Maybe even earlier. The Lace Reader by Brenonia Berry. I'm going to look into that. And then this, I think, was one of the books I had for, it says folk novel of China called Monkey by Wu Cheng-in. I think this was a book that we had to read for Eastern Civilization. Anyway, this is one of the many, many boxes from Public Storage. And these were the books that were inside. So I'm wondering how many other boxes were accidentally mislabeled. I'll have to find out. Anyway, moving on to the last part of the video. So guys, there you have it. The books I have here are mostly the ones for my research and a few new acquisitions, and all the rest are in public storage as we speak. I'm hoping one day to have a huge library dedicated to nothing but housing my wonderful books. There's 3 more I forgot to show you. I asked my brother because he has a copy of Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelley Van Pelt. The film was wonderful, and the story is some people may think it's corny because of the way it turns out, but I don't find that at all. I loved every moment of it. And then we have these 2 that are in a wicker basket case in a tote bag, ready to grab in a fire. I had 2 poems published in these books called This Time Around, Home Again. And this one, if you look on page 249, it's a poem called Want of the Earth. And this is by Eber and Wine Publishing. And the other one, that was the second one I did. And the other one is called Stars in Our Hearts, Revelry. And I wrote a poem about my favorite singer in the world to Josh Groban. I Give Thanks on page 66. So I'm not sure if this book may still be available, but if you want to read my poems, I think I actually need to get these guys posted on my website now that I think about it. I don't think they're on there, to be honest with you. But there you go. Guys, that was my dispersed library. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys the next time. Hopefully then I will have more people to interview. It is way past the twilight hours in the morning. And I wish you all a wonderful day, wonderful afternoon, a wonderful evening, wherever you are. Thank you for watching.